Oops, I started recording. Hello everyone, Turtleags here bringing you another AFK Journey video. And today I will be going over Hewynn, one of the best, if not the best healer in this game. I'm going to go over her kit, then I will show the team that I recommend that you build around her to maximize her kit, and then we will do a couple team showcases so you know exactly how she functions, and I will point out when certain parts of her kit is activated and what it's doing. Okay, so let's begin by going over her skills. Let's begin with her ultimate. We'll go from left to right. So her ultimate is Rain Prayer. Hewynn heals all allies for 90% HP per second. This scales off of her attack. This will matter more in a moment when I explain more. This effect lasts for 9 seconds. So in the game what will happen is that the Rain Prayer, it will be like a green glow with like rain coming down. It fills almost the entire map. Her healing radius is absolutely insane. I believe it's actually even wider than Smokey's, and certainly wider than Rowan's. And the healing amount increases, of course, the more you level the Rain Prayer up. Yes. Okay. And then Healing Wave restores 280% HP. Once again, it scales off of her attack to the weakest enemy. Basically, the living unit that has the lowest HP ratio. So Hewynn is such a good unit because, you know, she will top off basically the party member who needs the heal the most. So that is insanely good. And of course, you know, the higher level, the stronger the heal. Revitalize. When the current HP ratio of an ally is below 50%, Hewynn will grant them a healing bonus of 120%. This is huge because whether Hewynn is solo healing or has a supplementary healer such as Rowan, she is able to basically enhance the healing potential of everyone who is contributing to topping off everyone's HP. This is assuming the ally dips below 50%. This effect applies to each ally once every 8 seconds. Okay, and I do want to make note that when you reach level 131, she unlocks level 2, which is very significant boost. Basically, Hewynn heals an ally and removes all of their dispellable debuffs. All of them. And the effect can be triggered once for each ally every 6 seconds. This is insane, guys. If the enemy, for instance, like say, you know, a Dream Realm boss is casting a debuff on you that decreases your damage output or increases the damage you take, or maybe it's like some poison stack, who knows, she's going to dispel that. That is so good. Okay, and we continue onwards. Hero Focus. Hewynn increases her attack by 9% per battle, and you may be wondering, well, why does a healer need attack? Well, remember that her heals scale off of her attack. So it is in your best interest to bring your Hero Focus up to level 3 as soon as you can, which will basically maximize the healing potential you get from Hero Focus, as well as, you know, she gains an extra X amount of attack after she casts her ultimate for the first time. And, you know, this bonus is not going to go away. It's going to stay for the remainder of the match. So when you pair Hewynn up with an energy battery such as Rowan, you know, you are able to get her heals stronger and to get her ultimate up sooner, you know, to really maximize her healing potential. But Hewynn really becomes the best healer in the game when you get Mythic Plus. Basically, after you get 6 copies of Hewynn, you know, like tossing the acorns and whatever, Hewynn is unaffected for 6 seconds. She's immune to all control effects. While casting Rain Prayer, all allies take 30% less damage. This is huge. This is actually the clause that makes Hewynn not only a healer, but a damage mitigator for your entire party. Welcome back, Jen. You're on YouTube. And, her level 2 is also very insane. Hewynn starts off with 300 initial energy. And this is her EX weapon, by the way. When you bring her EX weapon to level 5, which is basically a very, very high priority, she starts off with 300 energy. You're basically 30% of the way there to casting her ultimate, which is the Rain Prayer, right? And not only that, the damage mitigation will increase from 30 to 32% for your entire party. Yeah, it's really insane. You're one copy away from Mythic Plus. Dude, once you get Mythic Plus, Hewynn becomes a whole nother healer. And once you get her to some Supreme Plus, it becomes absolutely insane. So when you have Hewynn Supreme Plus, so you need 8 copies of her, Hewynn also grants the healed ally 30 haste for 6 seconds when Revitalize is in effect. Remember what I said about Revitalize earlier. That's this one here. When an ally dips below 50%, she grants them a healing bonus. And also dispels their debuffs. But when you have Premium Plus, you also increase their haste, which is basically increasing their energy generation. That way they can get their ultimate off faster. So if by chance Rowan dips below 50%, you will grant him the healing bonus as well as accelerate his energy generation, which will in turn accelerate everyone's energy regeneration. It's like a circle of life kind of thing. But the team I'm going to showcase is kind of a spicier team that you may have seen if you watched my Aaron guide. If you want to know more about Aaron, you can watch my other video. I do have a guide on him that I released yesterday. But this team is the team that I'm going to showcase today. I do believe that this is one of the strongest teams in the game, especially on a map that has no walls in it. And basically, this is basically a Wilder team, like a 3 Wilder faction team with 2 Graveborn, because, even though we do have Granny, who I believe is probably arguably the second or third best tank in this game. However, Thorin is the king of the tanks, and that in combination with Carolina's crowd control is what makes this Aaron basically makes this team click. So basically this is a crowd controlled team, and it's a beauty to watch. It's extremely satisfying. Basically, it consists of Hewynn, the OP solo healer who can mitigate damage and cleanse. You got Aaron, who is this guy here. Aaron is the Wilder who, if you have him Mythic Plus or higher, is able to at the start of battle, basically create a vortex from the centermost enemy and cause all the enemies to group up within a 2-tile range around that center enemy. It's called like something vortex. And this is what enables this team to click, because Aaron, when he does the 3-tile arc slash, he not only deals damage, well obviously, but he also decreases their energy generation as well as shreds their magic defense by 45%. And this will allow your mages, who will be Arden over here, a mage, and Carolina, also a mage, to deal 45% additional damage. Actually, if you have Aaron Supreme Plus, which I do, the magic defense shred combines to actually, I think, 55%. Yeah, so it's a lot of damage. But, Carolina, and you may be wondering why I picked these 2 mages. Well, the reason being that both of these units, Carolina and Arden, are able to crowd control. I actually forgot that Arden crowd controls. I will film a guide for him today if you want to check that out. The thing about Arden is that, he's really for like burst damage, whereas Carolina is more like you freeze the main target and do splash damage. But Arden's range of lightning is wider. So, yeah, the combination of the two makes it so that, the enemies, once they're grouped, they'll just stay grouped if you have the right team and if you can keep your Aaron alive, which can be a challenge sometimes. And then, of course, finally you have Thorin. Okay, so now that I've gone over what I believe to be the spiciest Hewynn team that doesn't require a secondary healer, I am going to go ahead and do a showcase with this team. So I'm pretty high up in the AFK stages. I've been doing maybe 2 or 3 stages per guide. So for every subsequent guide, this is going to be more challenging, but I do believe in the strength of this team. We'll go ahead and do this. Okay, so let me go ahead and swap the teams here. So, Thoron and Hewynn, you're going to position them like this. If you're wondering why, you can watch my Hewynn video or my future Thorin video. Attack Fox, thank you for the follow. Thank you for your support, guys. By the way, guys, while I'm filming this video, feel free to chime in with any questions you have about Hewynn. Okay, and then let's do like that, do like this, and then we have our Aaron. So all 5 of my party members are Supreme Plus, so you will see the full potential of this team. Okay, and the most important thing, of course, don't forget, is to swap to the Confining spell. This team has only one best spell, and this is the Confining spell. Basically, the whole purpose of this team is crowd control. So long as you can keep the enemies clumped together, you will defeat them all. And so for this reason, you really want to lock them down with something like a Confining spell, which is very nice because it boosts your attack, which helps your healing out, right? Because Hewynn's heals scale off of attack. You give extra HP to your party, and deals damage to enemies and imprisons them periodically. Yeah, it makes it so they're rooted to the tiles that they're standing on. So we'll go ahead and do this showcase. Let's begin. So we're going to vortex them. Okay, and now the crowd control begins. Yeah, we got the thunderstorm. We got the burst heal. Now my entire team has 30% damage reduction. Easy, guys, easy. This team is absolutely bonkers. Yeah. Okay, so let me go ahead and, thanks to the chat, they do recommend that we see how much damage everyone did. So, people will be very surprised to find that Carolina's damage output is really good, especially in a team like this where she's hitting all 5 units at once. Carolina loves this team. And you probably noticed that Aaron was able to tank up quite a bit of damage there. And in case you're curious about why that is, you can actually watch my Aaron video. He does generate a shield for himself that grants him a 50% dodge rate. Yeah, and that helps with his survivability. Okay, so now let's go ahead and do another showcase. Okay, so same thing here. Let's go ahead and begin. Aaron's going to group them together. Okay, and then we'll start showering, with the crowd controls from that both Carolina and Arden are doing. Lightning storm. Yep, the ice cube to encase them. Man, this team is a beauty, guys. Okay, so once again you can see, so Carolina is the main damage dealer here. I don't even have her EX weapon to level 5 yet. I will be releasing a guide for Carolina later today. So anyways, that is pretty much it for the Hewynn team. If you enjoy content like this, please drop a like, comment, and subscribe. I will be filming guides for all my Supreme Plus units today. So if you want to drop by my twitch.tv/turtlelags, you can kind of chime in and grab some popcorn and enjoy the show. I will see you in the next video.